Hello, my dear students. Welcome again. Our lesson today in student book page 83. So today we have speaking and grammar skill. So unit 11, human intelligence, the title of the unit, grammar and speaking skill. Please open your student book page 83. Let's start our lesson with the opener. Okay, it's a puzzle time. Focus with me. The puzzle here says, in a bus there is a 26 years old pregnant lady, a 30 years old policeman, a 52 years old random woman, the driver who is 65 years old. Who is the youngest in the bus? Focus and try to say the correct answer for this puzzle. Yes, excellent. The answer is the baby of the pregnant lady is the youngest person in the bus. Many thanks. This is a grammar lesson today. It's about reported speech. So reported speech, reported questions. Okay? Remember, my dear students, here the change of tenses. Again, the change of tenses when you reported a sentence, you should change the tense from present to past, from past to past perfect, from past perfect to past perfect, the same thing. And for the auxiliary verbs here, will, change it to would, can to could, the past, must to had to, may, might. So again, if you want to report a sentence, you should change the tense. Present, if the sentence in a present tense, you should change it to the past tense. If it's in the past, change it to past perfect. From past perfect, the same thing to past perfect. And will, would, can, could, must, had to, may, might. Good, very good. Questions here. Questions, two types as we studied in the first term. Yes and no questions and WH questions. So how we can report it a question sentence with yes or no questions or WH questions. Focus with me. Direct speech, normal sentence. Do you want some more cake? This is indirect speech. How can we report this sentence? Or change it to reported speech? It will be, she asked him if he wanted some more cake. So look at here the tense here from present to past. And here we started with she asked him. Okay? If he, the pronoun you to he, wanted some more cake. Next one, another example. Are you coming to the cinema with me? This is a question. So, reported speech, it will be he asked if or whether. You can use if or whether. She was going to the cinema with him. As you see here, we changed the tense from present continuous to past continuous. Okay? And the pronoun me to him. This is the reported speech in the question form. WH questions here. Where did he go on holiday? This is a question. Okay? How we can change this question to reported speech? It will be, she asked me where he had gone on holiday. So the tense, as you see, from past to past perfect. She asked me where he had gone on holiday. Next example, how often do you play hockey? So it will be the same thing. He asked me how often I played hockey. Okay? Now another example here. This is a direct speech. As you see, this is a direct speech and in a reported speech. Are you speaking Japanese? he asked us. How we can change this sentence or this question to reported speech? It will be he asked us if we were speaking Japanese. If we inserted if here, then we change the tense from present to past simple. Excellent. Now, another examples. Tom, where do you live? As you see here, in reported speech in the red, Tom asked me where I lived. So we changed here from the tense from present to past. We started with Tom here asked me because it's a question. Where I, the pronoun you to I, lived. Another example, Sarah, how tall are you? In a reported speech, Sarah asked me how tall I was. Another example, Dan, what sports do you like? Dan asked me what sports I liked. As you see, the tense from present to past. Excellent. Now reported orders, requests, suggestions. The reported speech with the request or with the orders. As you see here, if we have order or request, go to bed. Commands here. Go to bed. This is affirmative. Reported speech, it will be the sentence as you see here. He told me to go to bed. He told me to go to bed. It's a command here in a reported speech. Another example, but in the negative form. Don't go to bed. In reported speech, it will be he told me not to go to bed. Very good. Now, my dear students, let's check our understanding. Please open your student book page 83. As you see here, we have 3 exercises here. The first one is grammar, and the second one grammar one, and the third one speaking exercise. Look at the rule here in our book. As you see, reported questions, infinitive with to, not to, or command, request. Command or request here, reported questions are one form of reported speech. So let's study these examples together. Direct question here, or a command, or a request. Example here, she said, are you cold? She said, are you cold? This is a direct question here. Here, in reported question here, she asked me if I was cold. Next one, the second one here, he said, where's my pen? So how we can report it here? He asked me, or he asked where his pen was. He asked me where his pen was, or we can say he asked where his pen was. Number 3, he said, why didn't you say something? He said, why didn't you say something? In reported speech or reported question here, he asked me why I hadn't said anything. Next one and the last example here, the teacher told me work hard. Work hard, it's a command here. Okay? The teacher advised me to work hard. Excellent. Let's make it more clear. Reported questions are one form of reported speech. This is a direct question as you see. We call it a direct question. She said, are you cold? This is a direct question. If they asked me to report it here or change to reported speech or reported question here, the answer should be, she asked me if I was cold. Excellent. The next example. This is a direct question. He said, where is my pen? Okay? Reported question, it will be, he asked where his pen was. Where his pen was. Next one. Direct question here. He said, why didn't you say something? In reported question here or reported speech, we can say, he asked me why I hadn't said anything. Excellent. The last example here. This is a command or a request here. because he asked it, because he ordered to work hard. The teacher told me, the teacher advised me, work hard. So the answer should be, the teacher advised me to work hard. Very good, excellent. Now, my dear students, let's study other examples. As you see here, direct speech or open the door. This is what? Command. Open the door. Reported speech, we can say, he ordered me to open the door. Okay? This is another example. Direct speech, but in a negative form. Don't answer the phone. In reported speech, she told me not to answer the phone. This is in a negative form. Direct speech here, don't be back late. The same thing in a negative form. Okay? But it's in a command in a negative form. So in reported speech, we can say, he ordered me, he advised me not to be back late. Very good. Now, my dear students, let's check our understanding from student book page 83, exercise number 2. Study the previous grammar box, then change the following into reported speech. We have 3 exercises here, 3 questions. He asked me to change them into reported speech. Let's read and answer of these questions. Change the following into reported speech. The first one. Where are you? Where are you? My friend asked me what? Where I was. Very good, excellent. So we change you to I and are to was. Okay? My friend asked me where I was. Next one. Are you flying soon? So the answer here should start with, he wanted to know. To know what? If I was flying soon. If I was flying soon. Very good. Number 3. Don't stay up late. The doctor advised me not to stay up late. Okay? This is a command in a negative form. Very good. Excellent, my dear students. Now, speaking skills here. In exercise number 3, before speaking, in page, discuss the following questions here. Question number 1, what's the problem? Define the problem. Question number 2, who do you always rush to when you have a problem? Who help you? Who can solve this problem for you? So, let's define the problem here. What's a problem? Problem here, my dear students, here, it's a difficulty or unpleasant situation which needs a solution. Any problem needs a solved solution to find a solution for it. Okay? Question number 2, who do you always rush to when you have a problem? Who help you? My dad? My mother? My grandpa? My grandma? Or my friend? Or my teacher in the school? Okay? Now, during speaking here, discuss these questions with your friend and present your findings to the class. So, as you see here, in the first column here, always. The second one, sometimes. The third one, never. So, let's tick here under each one according to each problem. The first one, can you prevent problems? Always, or sometimes, or never. You can tick here, okay, in this box. If you can prevent the problems, you can click here, always, or sometimes, or never. Number 2, do you waste a lot of time? The same thing, always, or sometimes, or never. Number 3, can you solve real life problems? Number 4, Do you often succeed in achieving your goals? Number 5, can you predict people's behavior accurately? Number 6, do you choose the right people for the right jobs? And number 7, do you know how to focus and organize your work neatly? Number 8, are you able to create something new? And number 9, are you excited when you are asked how and why questions? Okay, let's discuss these problems together. Discuss these questions with your friend and present your findings to the class. Okay, number 1, can you prevent problems? Excellent, always, for example. Or you can say sometimes or never, according to you. Okay, number 2, do you waste a lot of time? Who can answer this one? Never. Very good. Excellent. The same thing for the rest of questions. Number 3, can you solve real life problems? Who can say always? Who can say sometimes? Who can say never? Can you solve real life problems? Always, of course. Or maybe some of you will say sometimes. Okay? Type. Number 4. Do you often succeed in achieving your goals? Always, or sometimes, or never? Very good. Can you predict people's behavior accurately? Always, or sometimes, or never? Who can say always? And who can say sometimes? And who can say never? Number 6. Do you choose the right people for the right jobs? Always right? Or sometimes? Excellent, very good. I think it's always here. Number 7, do you know how to focus and organize your work neatly? Yes, sometimes. Excellent, or always here. Number 8, are you able to create something new? Also the same thing, you can choose one. Always, or sometimes, or never. Very good. Number 9, are you excited when you are asked how and why questions? Sometimes, or always, or never. So that's related to your choice. Okay, my dear students? So after speaking skill here, I have 2 questions. What problems do you face at school? It's easy question here. What problems do you face at school? I think, for example, I faced some problem in math or in English. So I can't focus. I'm shying. I can't participate. Okay, so I'm afraid. So what problems do you face at school? You can mention. Yes, excellent. Everyone can mention or say his problems at school. Okay, the second one, how can you solve your problems here? If you have any problem with the subjects, you can ask the teacher to help you to solve, to find solutions for these problems. Okay, many thanks for you. That's everything about our lesson in Student Book page 83. Thanks again. Have a nice and useful listening and watching. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.